This is the Fisk reunion, June 2000. Here's Jim's pickup, Jay and Judy's pickup, Dolly's van, the rental car that Brian and Annette have, Jean and Francie's car. Clear in the background is Alice's van, Ellie's tent. I'm not sure who the big tent belongs to. Don't know if it's Jim or Jean and Dolly's, or Jean and Francie's. And here's some of the Fisk Kids tent. And there's another one back here in the background. Not sure who it belongs to. Supper time, second day. This is part of the crew. Tonight is fish night. Brian and Annette brought shrimp and halibut and salmon down from Alaska.
My gosh,
And way down here on the swings is Ellie and Tim Pool's daughter Hannah. Okay, here's
I'm
Jenny.
really tired. I've gotten like 4 hours of sleep in the past 3 nights.
So was your trip out here good?
It was really good. The weather was really good until we got to the mountains.
Uh-huh.
And then when we got to the mountains, it started just downpouring. And the windshield wipers on, and I think all the bugs and stuff made it just smear, so I couldn't see anything.
That's what happened to us.
It was really bad.
Okay, and this is Ryan sitting next to Jenny.
Hi,
Ryan, can you look at me? Huh?
You say hi?
Hi. Say, I'm Cindy and Steve's boy. Can you say that? Huh? Did you get wet on the train ride? Huh? You were sitting by us on the train. Did you get wet?
What, you got hailed on?
Hailed.
Yes.
You did.
Cindy.
Hello.
We'll get you with the rest of your family later.
That's right.
And Amy.
Yeah.
Okay.
To be here. We don't always look this hot.
And you're going to come again?
Oh, absolutely. I'm hooked now.
Good.
People with her next time.
Okay, we have Sam, Jeff, Christy and Taylin, Bill Miller, Tim Pool. Here's Luke. Jay's cooking burgers. Here's Annette. Here's Betty. Say hi.
Hi. She's hi.
There's Sharon, CD, John, Andrew, Mark, the back of Jim, Brian at the grill. Here's Monica, the back of Kim, Francis, Jean, Annette, Dolly, Mike, Lou, no, that's Sam, sorry. The back of Linda. There's Monica. Here's Kathleen, I think, cool. Mom, Chris, JC, Josh, Jamie, Debbie, Danielle,
Okay, why do you have my shirt on? I'm living.
Monica, Alice, Lou and Mary Gale. Here's Herva and Bink and Mom. Well, there's Cassie and Emily. Oh, and who's the next one?
Look at her.
And who are you?
Aaron Poole.
Aaron Poole. Okay, you're Tim's boy, right? Cool. And who's in the front here? Oh, this is Nick. And who's the next one in the orange shirt?
Jamie.
Jamie.
My cousin.
Are you a Poole too?
No, she's a Fisk.
She's a Fisk.
She's my cousin.
Cool. And where are you from?
Yeah, like 15.
You came with Sam?
Yep.
Okay. And John's next to you, right?
Here's Irma, Alice, and Steve playing music. There's Irma, Steve, and Alice. Hi. There's John. There's Debbie. Oh, and that's Ryan right there. There's Chris. Say hi, Jay. Say hi. There's Chris. Oh, geez Louise, there she is again. This is all the kids playing ball. Here's Hunter serving. There's Danny grabbing the ball from him. Here's John. Oh, there goes the ball again. Over the net. There's Jamie that just hit it. Hunter's going after it again. There it goes. Here's Cassie. Say hi, Cassie. You're being silly, aren't you?
No, I'm not having enough that much fun day.
Oh. There's Malcolm. Say hi, Malcolm. Are you going to say hi, Malcolm? There's Tay again playing with the puppy. That's what she was following last time we saw with her. There's the dog. Here's Rick and Jay playing horseshoes. There they are. Walking down to collect them. In their cowboy hats. That was a pretty picture. Say hi, Dad.
Hi, Dad. My dad ain't here.
Just say hi. There's Uncle Jay. Going. Go down here. See if we can see him. There.
Look
There.
good, look good, David. Yeah.
Here's Dad's. Here's Dad's now. Oh, pretty close. And another one. Not so. Hey, let's see what you can do, Tay. Oh, there's a dog, huh?
Oh, that's nice.
Can you dance for us? No. Why not? 'Cause why? What? I don't know. I think it's marking something. Yep, I think it's marking something. Are you gonna dance? Tay. Tay. There's Annette filming us when we're filming her. Say hi, Malcolm. Hi. Can you wave? Hi. Say something.
Say something.
This is John. Oh, and there's Tay. Say hi, Tay. Avoiding the camera.
The red light isn't on. Oh, there it is. Now the red light's on.
Now the light's on.
So you're doing this because you're going to be a cinematographer when you grow up?
Sure.
Oh, you know, the camera really ought to be on you. You have a beautiful expression. I love your hair. You look like you've had a really good time today.
Anyway, this is Stevie.
Oh, I'm not supposed to talk. It's her that's doing the talking. I'll shut up.
And Betty.
Mom.
And Betty's right there.
Mom.
And Jim. And Jim's right next to her. Right there. And there would be Debbie. Right there.
The movie star. For a moment.
And there is Chris running from the camera again. Hey!
Tell us who you are.
I'm Paul Davis, and this is Autumn Foster, my girlfriend.
And they just got
And we
here.
just got here after a
Supper's all
pretty
over,
pleasant
but I'll bet
ride.
they can find some stuff to eat. Here's Jay and John versing. Who's down at the other end? Oh, Rick and Brian in a game of horseshoes. There's Kai. Oh, it wasn't Brian, it was Kai. He made a ringer.
On the phone. Tell Oma what happened in daycare today. What did Miss Bev say? Miss Bev said I was bossy. So what do you have to do today?
Is that Chris and Hannah?
I said, what happened? Well, then another time, she had to go into a high chair. What do you do when you sit at the table? You go around the table. You don't go over the
Here's both Chris's.
deeper and deeper in the plot here.
She runs around in cowboy hats and baggy jeans and cowboy, and she plays guitar like her dad. She is so full of it, it comes out of her ears.
Here's Amy. Here's Lou. Mary Gale's hiding. I don't know if we can get her or not. There she is. She's behind Sam. Sam on the bass. Herba playing. No, she's not playing right now. She's got the harmonica. There she goes. Steve. Steve is Cindy's husband. Alice on the harmonica. And Tim. I can't get Tim. There, Tim Poole on the drums. Makeshift drums. Here's Cassie and Debbie. Whoops, about dropped that. Me?
Yeah.
I don't know how to play Uno. Hi, JC.
Hi. But you can still play.
Hi, Ann.
Uno.
Hi, Jen and
Uno.
Sharon.
Uno.
Hi, Chris. Bye.
Oh well, we'll just.
You're welcome, sweetheart. Here's Dolly.
Here.
I smiled, did you?
Yeah.
Here's Mike and Kim. And Monica, Christy. Somebody's in the chair behind Christy. Oh, it's Betty. There's Betty. Monica, Kim, Mike.
But you know, I like my job because you get to learn new things all the time. And all the things you learn in English, here anyway. Able to write in complete sentences. Oh, yeah. 25-year-old learns you can't know. So how did you start doing? I was teaching English and one of my students, and I'd done emails in the 90s, and one of my students said, but there are other aspects to the internet now. And he showed me a bunch of things, and the next semester I said, I want to teach on the internet. I'm probably going to teach once to each college. So I tried this class, and I had a 100% retention rate, unheard of in a class. In fact, usually freshman copy was like 50%. And so they made me adjunct, and I had consistent that way. So, but then I had to move back to custody of the English teaching job. The internet was just arriving, so teaching people how to do the internet, and they wanted websites. I said to
I don't believe it. I know your mother. She's going to make it complicated. Probably bring home maybe a whole turkey and a whole bit.
I have a great aging story about San Francisco. If you used to live there, and you probably, did you live there for a long time? You know, since 1980. Well, then you probably know that's the story of my Aunt Ruth. Yes, my Aunt Ruth went down in the Tenderloin from the time she left Moorcroft, Wyoming, until 1982. And then, you know, when they were That's my aunt Ruth in San Francisco. But she just was never going to leave those places. But she was a sweetheart. She used to love to go around to all the senior centers in San Francisco. I used to San Francisco Film Festival.
You weren't talking loud
I
enough,
would
Dad.
take her around film festival things, and then she would take me to the senior centers and she would sing. I bet you miss San Francisco, LA, like the pits after that. Did you see movie stars on the street? Oh yeah, I'm not a huge fan, but some. I live right on the edge of Beverly Hills. But of course, I don't have my kids and friends. Yeah. I sit at my computer. And I sit like up in there and just and I love it. There's a huge amount of 5-year-old granddaughters sitting there. I love the diversity. What? You know, I think when grandmas are impressively exactly what is that, you know, and even parts of town that she's playing sort of like a lot of the diversity in San Francisco. Maybe it's just it seems like these things you have to be so well off. She gets up when less well. She gets up when less glad. Of course, you're all did you grow up in Minnesota? No. I grew up in Minnesota. Oh, this is such a thrill! So this is your dad, Sammy. Yeah. Okay.
Get that from Keisha.
Really? Did you see that one?
I like kids.
You know, my father's
And I'm not sure they're going to say that I started it.
Rochester, but my great-great-grandfather started a cheese factory at First job was at Pine Island Cheese Mart, where I wore little braids and my breast pushed up here and a little white starched cap.
Oh, that's so hilarious.
It's you know, I look at pictures of myself and I'm like, oh my God, what could you have been thinking? But, the reason I asked about Montana is because you know there's this in Oakland there's this whole cluster of Montanans. You know, down there's that whole warehouse district kind of in Oakland. It's well, there's an old Safeway warehouse there, and it's owned by Peter Volkus, who was, you know, Peter Volkus was, he was San Francisco's official sculptor. And so you'll see these.
Something coming in. Big old seagull. Or pelican. Ooh, pelican.
Okay, steer it while I go forward just a little ways.
Yep. That's enough of it.
This is the dam that's in Bear Trap Canyon up near Ennis, Montana. Right here's where that big pipeline takes off going to the power plant. In the
Where?
inside the camera, it'll say REC, or it says standby, STBY. This is a rock out in Ennis Lake, just between Bear Creek or Bear Trap Canyon and the campground.
This is JC and Taylin. They're playing tag with each other. And Chris and Linda. There's my mom. There's Tay. Taylin's right there. And JC. JC! 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 I can't even see you. And Nick's playing tag too. Hi, Nicky. Where are you, Nicky? Oh, you silly. You silly. There's Tay, where are you? Hey, Tay, move your hands out of your face. Hi, Hannah. I'm gonna get you. Hi, Hannah. Hannah. Hi, Hannah. Hi, JC. Smile. Hi, Cassie. Smile at the video camera. Cassie. Hey, Cassie. Now do what you want to do. Hi, Hannah. Hi, Hannah. Wave at me, Hannah.
Oh, where are we going?
Wave at me, Hannah.
To the house, all right.
To me, people.
Oh dear.
Who are you?
I'm a guest with her.
We're the Swinsons from Helena.
And they brought a book with them showing us the shed and the house.
So
Well,
far, the house, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to go see it sometime.
Really?
There was a treaty with the Indians that lived in the southern part of Minnesota, and basically it was another one of those classic stories where you all leave and we'll take over.
Right.
So now they got all this nice land, and if you want to see some black soil for any of you who are farmers, because I've been there.
Rich soil, huh?
Anyway, and it's about 90 miles south of the Twin Cities. And so when they did this treaty thing, well, I said, okay, who's going to live here and farm? Well, it turned out a lot of people a number of people from central New York, about the same area Mary Gail lives. And I'm not sure, there's county names, and I've got some written down things having gone through, looked at some of the records. Anyway, they moved to
Minnesota.
Minnesota. And they were farmers in New York, and they became farmers in Minnesota. And anyway, after having been going back to the how I ever got first I got to Waseca, I've been there for many years, and I knew about that the family was kind of from there. And you know, this W town. Well, every town in Minnesota starts with, you know, Wadena, Wausau, Wisconsin. But anyway, Winona.
I'm still kind of confused on who
Well, I'll get there.
settled there. Okay.
Now you said to put the side stories in.
Okay.
I can shorten the story if you like.
No.
So I went down, and I'd been retired now a couple of 3 years, and when you're retired, you just get up in the morning. If it's still morning, you think, what am I going to do today? Right? Tough life. And I said, I've always wanted to go where that was. So I jumped in the car, and there's on the river. Somehow it seemed to me like in the early time people would go where rivers are. So I said it must have been that W town on the river, which is Winona. So I went there. This is about 90 miles from the Twin Cities. And on the way down there, I got thinking, I wonder if this is really right. So finally, then I said, no, I think it's Waseca. I recognize. See, I'm not from Minnesota, so I don't really know Minnesota towns that well.
But when you say
So
you
then
knew
I-
it was a W town, let me just interrupt you for a second. You had some sense of family history that some part of your family had moved to a W town in Minnesota?
Yeah.
Okay. Was this before or after you discovered the cookie recipe?
Different story.
Okay.
And so I got down there, and now I bought a map of Minnesota, and I said, oh, the Waseca town is over there, which is about a triangle, 90 miles to the wrong town, 90 miles to the right town, and 90 miles south of the Twin Cities is the right
But you're
town, which is
retired,
Waseca. So I finally got to Waseca, and it was really interesting because going up over the bluff and going almost due west from the river. And I later learned this was really the path that the folks who came there first when the Indians left, or were told to leave. Anyway, just a kind of like a 2-lane road, a little less than 84 out here. Anyway, and I got over there. So anyway, I got to Waseca, and I said, walked into the courthouse, and I said, do you have records? And I said, my grandmother was married here. And I wonder if you just look at the newspapers or something. And so I went back, and she said, well, what you ought to do is you ought to go to the historical societies. There's 2 blocks there, 1 block over there. So I went over there, and I went in, and it was all dark, and somebody wanted to turn on the lights, and I said, no, that's not why I'm here. I don't want to look at your stuff. I said, I think that my grandmother was sort of around here. And I mentioned the name. I said, Kate and Bailey.
Right.
And this grizzly head raised up from behind some bookcase, and some gal kind of wiped her eyes and said, you're a living, breathing descendant of Philo Bailey. With this wide-eyed look on her face. And I said, sure, so? Anyway, the story behind that part is she was the director of the Historical Society. And a director's job, whatever else they do, is to get money.
Right. Raise money to
Raise
restore
money
those
to
houses.
keep the Historical Society going. Well, and I later learned, somewhat later, like a year or 2 later, I learned that what they'd been doing is they had been trying to get the building, the Bailey House, the Waseca Historic Society here just across the street is the Bailey House. And they had
across the street
when Philo died in 07, shortly thereafter, another family about to escape me at the moment, and they lived in it from then until 91 when they sold it to the Historical Society. And the Historical Society, I suppose, in order to hold down taxes, they want to get it registered on the National Register and like that. And they were going to use it as part of the facilities of the library, of the historical, just expand into that building. They thought this was a good opportunity, so to help their case to get it registered as a National Historical Site, an important person, Philo was an important person, because the town of Wilton was 7 miles south, which is where he really moved when he first went there. And Philo was from Central, one of those people from Central New York.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. So, and he came out there as a young man, and they settled in Wilton. Then the railroad came through 7 miles north. So they sort of moved the town up, and that's how Waseca became a county. He was one of the very first people there, and so and he became a state senator and some few little things like that, and then had a store and invested and helped build things, and he was kind of a local important person, which is the reason they were trying to get on the society as an important person's house. So anyway, the thing that I learned later, some years later, was she had written proposals to get this done. And said, "Oh no, I don't think so for this reason or that reason." And then there was a deadline, and the deadline I later learned was the night or the next day of the day that I came down there. And I remember how I got there.
I know that 90 miles.
Yeah, but I mean, I lived there 30 years already, and had never been to Waseca, and I'm just this short way away, and. It's hard to believe story. Anyway, it was at the open house when they finally got the thing all done, and she told us the rest of the story to me. And the night before, she's wrestling with her. There's some other nice buildings in town. Should I really rework that proposal and resubmit it? I don't know. Just give me a sign.
And here you come with your checkbook.
The next day, I walked into her. And she's the one that looked up.
All right.
She went home, worked all half through the night, prepared the proposal, submitted it the next day, and got it accepted.
Wow. Cool.
But anyway, Waseca is this town in the south central Minnesota, and Philo was one of the early settlers, and he married Ava Slocum, the sister of Henry Slocum, the general of the left flank when Sherman marched through Georgia. I mean, it seems funny to think about that and then how it's kind of related, but anyway. And their first child was Kate.
Who was our grandmother.
Right.
Who married E.W., right?
Yeah.
Right.
And so then E.W. came along a few years later and met Kate, and
Hey, what's going
came
on,
and gone
Montana?
and went a few times, but ended up Avis was born in Waseca.
So that's where they got the
And
name
Avis was born in
from.
Waseca.
Yeah, that's where.
And
where
I
the name
think
Avis came from.
Gertrude too.
Oh, was born in Waseca?
Yeah. Gertrude who changed her name to Gretchen.
She's
that's right.
Gertrude in the 1920 Who's Who has Granddad E.W. Fisk in it. If you ever get a chance at a library to look at the Who's Who in America, 1920
Yeah, I think
book,
I have a copy of that.
he's in there, and his daughter he's got Avis, Kenneth, John, and Gertrude. But see, it was before your mother was born that they wrote that all
Sure.
up. So.
Anyway.
So that town has more claim to fame than just filming a grumpy old man.
Oh, is that where that was filmed?
Oh, really?
I think the Grumpy Old Men was filmed in Winona.
No, this was Waseca.
Are you sure?
Okay, E.W.
Oh, that's
Was it
interesting.
Eugene Wallace? Eugene
What
Weber.
was-
Weber.
Bank?
Eugene
No,
Weber?
not Weber. Not
No.
Weber.
Wallace.
What was the W in EW?
Wallace.
Wallace.
Okay,
think
so
The
So-
Weber is an Avery.
is Earl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Eugene Wallace.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry, you're in charge of this one.
You're doing great.
So
Who do we
tell
s-
me again, Philo married Avis
Slocum.
Slocum. What was the Sherman part? She was.
Avis was the sister to Henry Slocum.
Oh, to Henry's. Oh,
Who marched with Sherman.
Sherman. Who marched with Sherman?
Who marched with Sherman.
Yeah, I got it. Okay. So how's the restoration of the Bailey House
Bill, is that
coming
my
along?
Done.
telephone?
It's done? No kidding.
Had the open house. We went. I represented the family.
Oh,
Oh, great.
Sit
Do
down
they
and
have a
talk
campground
to.
nearby?
Hmm?
They have a campground nearby?
I'm sure they do.
set us up.
What do you think?
Oh, wow. Wouldn't that be
Wouldn't that be something?
You'd
Yeah.
have a field trip to the old homestead.
Wouldn't that be something? Wow.
Jeez, I bet they'd have a parade down there for us.
Steve could set up a parade in Waseca for the reunion parade. He could,
the reunion
and tents if you want tents.
Oh, we could tent the whole town.
Yeah, one tent over the whole
That's
town.
right. We wouldn't have to worry about hail or anything.
Do you know what
Tent
Steve
everything
does as a
between the
business?
building.
Yeah.
He's in a rental
He's
company,
a rental or something, yeah.
staging, and on the
Special
side
event
tents.
renting.
Special
Well,
event.
then I think
Oh, we've got a place
Set
in
us up.
Kalispell called Party Time, and we got a big tent top for our 50th wedding anniversary.
That's the kind of stuff we do.
Covered half our backyard. Yeah.
I was just telling somebody our biggest tent could cover all of this.
Oh, really?
wow.
We'd run into the trees, but
Oh, yeah.
if the
Yeah.
trees weren't there.
Oh, my
You
God.
cut holes in the tent to go around
Yeah.
the trees, right?
Or just
Either
leave
that
the
or top the
fabric
trees
off.
to make
Huh.
Oh, wow.
Well, that was a good story.
Yeah, thanks, Dad.
Yep.
Kind of heard that before, but never
Probably.
quite so all put together at one time.
Mm.
So,
It's a piece.
so when you came across that Wasika rocks recipe,
Yeah,
that was after. No, that
it was
before.
disassociated with the whole other
Right.
story.
It was before you
Yeah,
found the Bailey house.
yeah.
But the reason we have a cookie recipe in the family from Wasika is because the family lived in Wasika.
Right.
Well, I was
Kate
kind
did.
of hoping so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And besides, they're good cookies, except only Betty so far as made them, so we could make some here. Except I didn't
They
bring the
have
recipe.
very few ingredients. It's not
Betty
many,
should have
it's
brought
not
some.
many ingredients in them, I
Have you
know.
done them?
No, I have the recipe, but I haven't made them.
Well, you should try them.
Oh, you know it. I know it. I just
Now
haven't
that you
tried
got all
them
this
yet.
extra time,
Well, now
which
that I have the
nobody's at
history
home anymore.
behind it, and I know, you know,
I
where
suppose the
Wasika
recipe
is
calls
and who
for
lived
lard.
there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it does, I'm sure. Lard,
And-
flour, and sugar.
And just as another side note is that whereas Philo married Ava Slocum, and she died soon after. I don't know.
Yes, so
A
there was
few-
a second, right?
And then she married again.
He married again.
Philo married again. Sorry.
Right.
And and then he had, oh, it's been a while, I can't remember, 3 more.
I don't.
But anyway, I'm pretty sure that Avis and Philo had 2, I think.
I don't know.
Then Philo married and had a couple more, I forget. And then there was one who didn't survive beyond a year, I think a year or so. Anyway, and the one who did not survive was the child of the second wife. But anyway, of I think, let's say 2 with Avis, and maybe 2 or 3 with Lorinda, the second wife.
Was it Lucinda?
The only surviving line is Kate's.
Oh, really?
Today, none, 0 from everywhere else.
That's incredible.
Yeah, you know, it's just the way it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
What can you say?
Well, she
And
had 14 grandchildren, I believe.
Really?
I think that's what we figured.
the another kind of side story was that, remember I said that the original town was Wilton, which is 7 miles south of the current Wasika. And Wilton is just like, there's a garage. It looks like a garage, and it's the town hall, and that's the only thing other than it's,
Wasika.
anyway.
Oh,
And it's,
Bailey House.
you know, the town hall just moved north. There's farms and things like that there, but no, not real town. Anyway,
Well, I don't know
and there is a cemetery.
Why don't I
There's a
bring
Wilton
my car up to
cemetery
my
is still there,
Linda's
which is
so that we
where
can load up over there.
Avis is buried, Philo's first wife.
In Wasika.
And I think the name is Earl of the child of the second wife is married beside Avis in the Wilton cemetery. Yeah,
Really?
Kind of interesting.
Is that in
And
Wasika?
Philo, yeah, well, no, that's in Wilton, the Wilton Cemetery.
Oh.
And Philo's buried in the, and his second wife, buried in the Wasika Cemetery.
Nice.
His mother lived with him until, well, he died in 1907, and I think she died in, I don't know whether it was in the 1900s or just a very few years before he did. She lived there in the same house. Kind of the way they did it then.
Wow. That was good.
Some still do.
Mm-hmm.
But, so that's the Wasika story.
Got that? Mary Sykes, Dick's wife.
from the Sight side of the family.
Well, I'm glad we got represented
Holly and Ed's daughter-in-law, their favorite one.
Of course.
There you go. I'm headed to the bathroom. Tyler, you're right. God, way to go. It's great, honey. Give me 5. You remember the name. Good for you. That is right. Tyler.
Now look at me. And tell me
Tom
who
and
you
Beth.
are.
What are Tom and Beth's kids' names?
I am Dick. I'm Dick Seitz. I am Polly's favorite son. It's easy to remember. I'm like her favorite. She'll tell you that too.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm my dad's favorite. He wouldn't admit it, but I probably. I'm Polly Poole's son, which makes me Grandma Gretchen's grandson.
And you live in their old
E.W.
houses.
Fisk's great-grandson. I live in Aunt Avis's old house, is probably the best way to put it, or 401. And kind of 405, too.
I wish my daughter Katie was here. Katie knows all this.
Good.
Katie is she's great at this. She knows everybody in the family. Tim and Jody's kids' names, Nathan, Garrett. I got 2 of them, Nathan and Garrett.
And I want to say Matt. Nathan, Garrett, and
I can't remember the name.
Dick and Mary Seitz are launching their canoe.
watch out for my antenna.
Which one's that?
What's that?
I already got your antenna.
We heard you did it. Yay! Left, left. No, right, right.
Yeah, I wanted my sandals on.
Hey, well, they're like they give Hillary Clinton with the alligator clap.
You can just snuck it up against the dock that way. Right.
Okay, Jean, have you talked to me on here?
Have I talked to you? I don't
No.
think I have talked to you.
Well,
You caught me cleaning my knees.
that's okay. I only had the top part of it. Yeah, it is.
Stop it. I'm not embarrassed to say that my father's the one that wears the orange shorts.
Okay, I'll get him in a minute. And what's your last name?
Howard.
Howard.
Jean Kelly Poole Howard.
And you live where?
I live in Helena.
Cool.
Actually outside of Helena.
Okay.
South of Great Falls. They say it's south of Great Falls, but that's because they just don't get out of town very much.
Okay. And that was Mary.
Those counties, what?
I said, and that was Mary.
And that was Mary.
Okay.
And
You're on.
my sister Jennifer and her daughter Alisa.
And your last names are?
Straw.
Straw.
Yep.
Cool. And you live?
In Helena.
Great.
Outside of Helena, but not south of Great Falls.
Okay.
West of, or east of
East of Missoula. That'll work.
East of Missoula. What do you mean? That's better.
And here's Roberta and Scooter.
Cherry trees in their
It's Roberta and Scooter, the
Yeah.
famous Scooter.
Yes.
Roberta Poole.
And Jim
Helena, and with my orange husband.
How do you do?
with his orange
I
shorts.
used to like the Denver Broncos.
They may need sunscreen.
That's just ducky. You want your hat, honey?
Hey, look at. Uh-oh. You left in the laundry tag that shows you never do ironing.
And I don't. I take it to Mr. Wise. He's much smarter than I am.
You mean you're supposed to iron clothes nowadays?
Although Sarah did tell me, Mary, that you do iron.
I do. I iron for myself, but I don't iron for him.
But I remember the days when you would go, ooh, that needs to be ironed.
Put it back in the wash.
Right. Oh, didn't get that out soon enough. So you've gone swimming already? Did you go swimming here?
This is pretty good. It's pretty exciting so far.
run yet. I brought my
They have a picture of people going out in a canoe with no paddle.
Did you get that on tape? It's a family trait. Yay, they have the paddles.
I think I'm going to pass.
Why? You don't want to go on the canoe? But you were the lady that wanted to go whitewater rafting.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, you did. You told me that once.
No.
Do you agree? Maybe.
It'd be better after they get everything all set.
Hey, wait, Mary, they're not all in.
Whitewater rafting?
Yeah. Because it's like I don't do cliff climbing. Yeah, that kind of stuff for you. Like kind of.
I consider swimming dangerous enough. No.
Of course, I don't swim in that kind of.
What about Jennifer?
Yeah, I love
Do you not get to go, Jennifer?
Can you?
I guess not.
They decided it was a three-man trip.
Oh.
They decided that was enough of them?
Yeah.
Enough weight.
Sits in the back seat.
There's two paddling on the right. Poor Elisa has to keep it straight on the left.
Front person is supposed to wasn't supposed to go back and forth. Backward.
That's far enough. Come back.
That's a good canoe. That's what Brian did. It's a good canoe. Yeah. It's not a tipsy one.
Now, where can we take this? Pictures of the harbor.
Let's go down here, girls.
There's Mary and Dick Seitz and Elisa Straw out on Ennis Lake.
Okay, girly girls, you ready?
Can you get my tissues? I gotta wash my hands.
Oh, they disappeared again. Wave to Aunt Judy. Hi, Chris.
Don't do that.
Oh, sure. Everybody's picture's on for
Now
the
listen,
reunion. Now you're in Cassie's picture.
You're going to have a damaged camera.
Oh, no. You been swimming, Cassie? Cool.
The wind came up and they got tired and cold.
And here's Danielle and Taylin
In car.
and Debbie. Wait a minute. Well, there goes Lisa. Jeff wouldn't stop.
How'd mine go? Oh, guarding the cooler.
Is he?
Taylin and Scooter out for a walk. Well, a run.
That looks good. Scooter likes that.
Mm-hmm.
Kaylin does too. She likes to run.
Now, how come this place like
Okay, here's the second bunch of canoers.
He's still being
Jean and Elisa and Jennifer.
You're a wise one.
Don't eat one
Matter
of
of fact, the day that they took away the ramp,
Now you can't stop.
they didn't tell us.
Yeah, I think I can stop on them.
Damn them.
Somebody else that was staying on the island where I was, I came down and they just happened to be coming in and up. And they said, ramp's gone. I would have gone to the ramp, I later than
She really is.
You be good.
She had Scooter on her lap over here in that little chair a few minutes ago.
She's panting.
What is that? Surf? Who did that? Did you? Say Dick did.
Good.
All the lighter colored spots are yellow fields of probably clover or mustard, and the rest of it is green. Very pretty. We topped the hill and this is what we saw.
Thought it was wheat.
Oh, the green is the wheat.
Well, some of it. This isn't right here. I think that over there is wheat.
The back field is the wheat, and the other is that mustard or is that clover?
Here, or clover, one of you. I don't know.
We're coming out of Kamiah, Idaho. We've been to see Phil in Georgia.